Crime is a show where I, Rich Slaton, read a true story about lawbreakers.
With his co-host, John Shefsky, who is naked and afraid.
Yeah, I mean, he's always naked. Rarely is he afraid. But today we're not recording at the Comedy Store studio. We're recording in a scissor factory. And he is just so... There's open blades everywhere, and he's flopping around. And you know that you're not supposed to run while holding scissors? You also shouldn't run naked in a scissor factory.
That's right. Or you should also, you shouldn't run naked in a factory where they're frying bacon.
That's a great call. You also shouldn't run naked while someone's playing the music.
Playing the music. I'm putting my clothes on.
Crime
Is the show that starts now.
Like right now?
Oh, yeah. Do your line.
Okay. Each week, Rich reads a real crime story. I don't know a word that rhymes with story.
And my homie John always has the hot riff. He really loves it when you send...
Don't send anything to me. Don't you dare.
Crimepodcast@gmail.com.
Don't you send
Label
anything.
it John Shefsky. He loves them. Make sure the lighting's really good. What's up, criminals?
Hi, guys.
It's we're in the heart of summer. This is the deep
in the heart of summer.
Oh man, I hope you're feeling sweaty, getting those toxins out.
Oh yeah, your butt cheeks are like a Ziploc bag, just all sticking together, just
Your
peeling them
Kanoki
apart.
foot pads are starting to get real black.
Oh,
you know?
dude, everything's getting real black. Have you noticed our culture? I mean, even the movie, the one about the panther, that one's black.
It was they didn't do a gray panther, which is what I thought they were going to do.
How about an orange panther? You racist.
How about a purple panther? Oh wait, he was.
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
I actually like that idea. I'm getting into purple this month.
Guys, sometimes you pitch an idea and you go, hey, what if we had a purple panther? And then then Marvel goes ahead and takes that idea and incorporates it into Black Panther.
They stole it from you, Slaton.
They steal your great idea, and for that they stole my idea insurance from our good buddy Joe Erle at C3 Risk and Insurance Services. Guys, Joe Earle's an insurance broker. What's that mean? He goes out and finds insurance for you: car, home, auto, stolen movie idea, dick insurance, whatever it is. Hit up our buddy at c3insurance.com/Joe or 619-233-8000.
Tell him Shefsky sent you. He loves me.
And you know who else we love is our good friend D. Ketelson at A Piece That Remains.
So sometimes in your life, someone close to your days, and you want to have some art so you can remember them by. So get a guitar painted or a nice piece of jewelry. Call D. Ketelson and you'll see why we love A Piece That Remains. Call her up, she'll help you deal with your pains. Call A Piece That Remains.
Remains.com. She does cremation art. She does non-cremation art.
Yeah, you don't even have to be dead to have a piece of painting made by her.
She does dope shit. So hit up APieceThatRemains.com. Tell D that Crime sent you, and you can get cool like stuff for your walls. You can get cool necklaces and other things to give as a gift to somebody.
She's doing cock rings now, abstract cock rings.
We're saying that she does that, whether she does or doesn't.
She'll start. If she gets enough calls for my ideas, she'll start making the stuff.
So hit up D. Ketelson.
Tell her Shefsky sent you. She loves me.
Her art is also like wonderfully affordable. Like she actually charges pretty decent stuff.
You can afford her art until this podcast gets too big, and then she gets enough.
Yeah, you'll put something really cool in your house. It'll change the entire decor. Instead of just having that Scarface poster you still have a Scarface poster. What are you, 19 years old?
Also, just buy some of her art as a gift.
You might be 19.
They make amazing gifts. My wife, I got her a super cool like charm for her necklace.
Yeah.
She looks gorgeous in it. She wears it all the time. Dude, buy someone a painting. You're going to a wedding. You're going to a bar mitzvah. Get that motherfucker an abstract painting from D. You won't regret it.
Yeah, we promise that you won't regret it at all, unless it was your last, unless you had no money left, and this was the last thing, and then you couldn't eat, and then you died of hunger. That's the only way you'd regret it, but then you'd be dead, so you wouldn't be able to regret it.
She can probably make you an edible painting.
Ooh, yeah, I bet you.
Creative.
Edible paintings from APieceThatRemains.com.
Call D up today.
So you can go ahead and support our sponsors, and we really appreciate that. They're a big part of the show. You can also support us directly by jumping on the Patreon.
Oh, my God. Jump on that Patreon and grind on its face.
Dude, grind, like seriously, grind right. Like get the nose in there, dude. Get the nose in there.
Like Aaron Sass?
Oh,
who's one of our listeners?
Our boy
man.
Aaron Sass. Now, we have...
He riding dirty.
We receive very few dick pics. Like actual dick pics, we ask from them every week.
Yeah, well, that's a relative term. Very few. I've been traumatized.
The sassy one himself has become the dick pic champ. He's the reigning, defending, undisputed dick pic champion.
You can't even say it.
Dick pic channel, because I'm so... Now, Aaron did send us an email the other day, and he asked us a very important question. I'm wondering if you guys will ever offer a gallery of all the dick pics that get sent to you on your Patreon page.
Oh, I love a good collage.
I just signed up under the accomplice package, and I have to say I do not get the sticker that says... Oh, I have to say that if I do not get a sticker that says dot your I's and cream your pies, I'm going to kill myself. Well, lucky for you, Aaron, we're going to save your life because that sticker is on its way.
That's this month's sticker.
The dot your I's, cream your pie stickers just shipped. They just went in the mail, so they're on your way.
We're not bullshipping.
Which is what you want, which is what you don't want, because I'm hoping to make it on episode number 420 if you two ingenious bastards keep this shtick up.
With the way this guy reads text messages and emails, I'm surprised that he's the reader on the show.
Yeah.
I think I should read the show, too. You just research the story and make it, and I'll do everything else.
So shout out. So Aaron sent us a really great email. It's very long. And then the next day he sent an email saying like, hey, I'm sorry I was drunk, but also that was a great email.
Oh, yeah, don't apologize for that.
Never apologize
It's
for
all
anything.
good, dog.
So guys, you cannot get dick pics on the Patreon. That's not a place for dick pics. But... if you go to reddit.com/CRiiME, go to the crime subreddit.
We have a subreddit on the coolest website
We have
ever.
a subreddit. There's a bunch of weird shit going
How
on
cool is
there.
that?
I haven't said if there are dick pics on. I have not put any dick pics up there yet. There may eventually be a dick pic thread for all the dick pics that have made it to our show by permission only. So yeah, if you're into being on the internet a lot, go to our subreddit and hang out. We'll have a good time together.
It's great. Reddit's
It's
the
great.
best. Reddit's so
You're
much fun.
great. And you know what's really great? Today's guest making
my
his
God.
second appearance on the show.
He's
Now,
he's part of the crime tribe.
he's a classic. You guys might
His
remember
third appearance on the show. You said second.
This is your third appearance on the show.
third
So you did-
Hey,
you
wake
did-
the fuck up, Slaton!
bro. You know what? You're right. You're right. I because I was so focused on your first appearance on the show, which
good
is
appearance.
the story of Gregor McGregor of Clan Gregor.
Oh, yeah.
I
Which
never forget that.
wasn't our first released episode, but was the first one we ever recorded with a guest, and that set us up on the stage that we are on today. This guy's
Let's
one
give
of
a
our
warm welcome.
favorites. Put your
This is
virtual
one of my
hands
best
together.
friends. Clap it up for
Sandro Iocolano.
Guys, thank you so much for having me again. I appreciate it. I love
Thank
I
you
love
for
both.
being back.
Thank you for having.
And thank you for wearing the same shirt as I am and making it. I thought I was coming here all original.
You know what was ridiculous? This was I was like, oh, I should go to the comedy store, and then I realized, oh wait, I probably shouldn't wear the shirt there. And then
This is wearing the Pink Floyd shirt to the Pink Floyd concert right now.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys are
Why
both
am
a
I-
bunch
why
of
am I
little
doing that?
fucking tools.
yeah,
Huh?
I know to listen to Eminem
Huh?
on the way to Pink Floyd.
Chow, Kwok, Chung.
Did
Bless
you
you.
just? That's right. I was going to ask you if you're choking on something there. Choking on a long name. Chow Kwok Fong. It's actually a really cool Korean barbecue place down the street that I can't afford. It's $28, and
That's not bad.
No, it's, well,
Does
it's
it
not
come with
good
a full
either.
rib?
It's very expensive.
Parking included?
They don't park there.
Oh God,
No, there's no parking there.
That's weird because it's park. It's that's Korean.
That's right.
Was born on December 31st, 1959 in Hong Kong.
Okay, the person of the story.
Yes.
Chow Kwok Chung.
Let's just give her one name. Is it he or her?
Well, it's a he, and we're gonna the name is gonna shift a little bit here, so don't worry.
That is not what
The
our
name is
listeners.
gonna
yeah,
shift.
sorry.
All right, okay.
I make the rules. That's who. Guess who makes
This
the rules
is a
here?
democracy,
Me.
and me and the listeners are voting for you to. What are you laughing
it's
at?
so cute. You think
what
this
are you
is a
laughing at
democracy.
there, Adolf? Listen.
All right.
Whoa.
Let's just pick Chow.
No.
Yeah.
Adolf Smith, the good one.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. His
Can we-
neighbor.
Let Sandro choose. Sandro should.
Well, I wrote it this way, so it's too late, and you guys can stack the fuck up.
You know what?
Fascist.
he was the third
I
of
choose Rich.
5 boys and the
Chow.
smallest of the bunch,
Chow was the first of 5
prompting
boys.
his grandmother to give him the nickname Ha Jai, which translates to Shrimp Boy.
That sounds
Oh,
like.
that sounds delicious. Could you
Right?
imagine hey, shrimp boy, and then
And he comes over.
shrimp?
But what if he doesn't have shrimp? And you're just like,
Bad Shrimp Boy.
yeah,
Get in the box.
busting the shrimp
How
boy.
dare you?
I was punished a lot as a child. My grandma called me shrimp boy, and I didn't have access to fresh seafood.
Get in the shrimp box.
Get in the shrimp box.
Fresh bait, boy.
That sounds like a punishment that's delicious. The
shrimp box?
Oh,
Yeah, but only if they're cooked.
I'm starving. Oh,
that
shrimp.
does sound good.
His father owned a successful barbershop, complete with a nice apartment in the building above.
Complete with a nice barbershops.
But when Shrimp Boy was 8 years old, Dad lost his business when he was forced to pay off his gambling debts.
Shrimp
Oh, that's the
bankruptcy. Shrimp losing my house.
man.
Shrimp I can't afford to pay for my family.
Shrimp Chapter 11.
So the family, Mom, Dad, Shrimp Boy, his 4 brothers, and grandmother, were forced to move from their apartment to a one-room shack with no running water.
It's like
Check.
it's like an Asian Little Miss Sunshine, and there's no beauty pageant. They're just in a little van. We're forced to move. I'm going to have to do this voice for the characters. We're forced to move to a shack. I'm imagining they're like Henry Chow's family.
Yeah.
Okay.
A year later, the shack burned down. So they moved again to a
we just
place that
gotta
only had
Shake
2
Shack.
beds.
Okay.
Every night he fought with his brothers to see who got to share the second bed with Grandma.
Oh, grandma.
Sexy.
Just farting, eating all the kimchi.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm not sleeping with grandma again. She farts in her sleep.
Yeah, but they all wanted to sleep with Grandma because it was the only other bed. Otherwise, you're on the floor.
Oh.
Grandmas are always very, tidy and clean. They shower a lot. So
That's true. I would sleep in bed with both of my grandmas at the same time. Call it a 3-way. How you guys doing?
pretty good. Call me when you do it.
All right. I'll put you on FaceTime. We'll do it live. Fuck them. I'll do it live.
By 8 years old, Shrimp Boy was stealing and fighting.
Sit on my FaceTime.
I'm so grossed out right now. And one of my grandmas is still alive, but she doesn't know what a podcast is, so she's not going to hear
I don't
this.
think she's gonna. No.
Showing bravado much larger than his tiny frame. Even when he lost a fight, Shrimp Boy would puff out his chest and declare himself the winner.
I puff out my chest like a shrimp.
The only thing that's shrimpy is my body and my mind. My ego is like a lobster.
They call me the shrimp pimp. I beat a bitch down with my stinky hand.
He didn't.
Well, yeah, if you're just shrimpy, you imagine you start smelling.
If you're a shrimp and you're alive, do you always have a turd in you, or is that just when you die?
That's right, but it's a long turd, and most people are
always a
willing
long-
to eat your shit.
Yeah. Oh man, that's
You know how much
you
shrimp
clean
shit we've
the- you
eaten?
fucking
So if
clean
you're
the
a
back
sh-
of a shrimp.
Yeah. If you're a shrimp boy, your shit doesn't stink. Who cares?
If you haven't had expensive shrimp at a nice restaurant, you've probably eaten shrimp shit.
No, you clean the shrimp out.
No, but you go to a cheap
kind of
Chinese
animals
restaurant.
are you?
You go to a cheap Chinese restaurant.
Who
you're
has
probably
time?
eating
I'm
shrimp
going to
shit.
open up a shrimp.
You
no.
want a knife along the back and then you fucking wash it.
Is it bad? Is shrimp shit bad? I eat sardines.
I
That's
don't
gotta have
think
shrimp
it's
shit in
bad,
it, right?
I mean, I probably stunted my growth. I would probably be like
Your growth's
5'7" by
fine.
now.
You're beautiful.
Oh,
You're
thank
gonna
you,
be
man.
fine. What are you, 5'7"?
I have a stunt. Thank you very much.
Is your nickname Shrimp Boy?
It's a shrimp boy RD because I got a lot of D's in high school. So
Shrimp.
His tenacity eventually caught the eye of a local gangster who took the boy under his wing. He taught Shrimp Boy the finer points of
I got a wing because I'm a chicken and you're a shrimp. And one thing everyone knows is that a great team of criminals is always a chicken and a shrimp. Come with me, kid. I'll take you to the top or the bottom. Actually, that's where you want to go. You're a shrimp. You're a bottom.
You're
feeder.
also mentioning the 2 best things at
Red Lobster?
Panda Express.
Oh, Panda Express.
I think
Orange
the
chicken
Buffalo Wild Wings.
and the honey walnut shrimp.
Let's do it. Let's do an
man.
anti-advertisement right now. Honey walnut shrimp. That is it's like a donut on rice.
Yeah, it's dope.
yeah, it's delicious.
Here's my Panda Express trick that I do every single time. It's not a trick, but I do it every time. Is I know I'm gonna get orange chicken.
Life
That's
hack?
the only thing you get there.
Yep, yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
But every time that they go like, "Do you want a sample?" I go, you know what? Let me try. Can I try that honey walnut shrimp? And they give me like sometimes 1 or even 2, and I eat those and I consider it, and I go, you know what? I think I'm gonna get the orange chicken, and that's what I've done every time I've eaten at Panda Express
That's
for the
like
last
your
decade.
appetizer is the free sample.
Yeah, 100%.
Got
So
my mouth
at this
watering.
point, is it like a superstitious or is it like an OCD thing? You have to get that first to get the other one. Is it like something like a ritual for you?
No, it's that I'm gonna get my full money's worth.
Gotcha.
It's OCD.
It's OCD. Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm totally in control. It's just a thing I do every time it's
1,
a Pavlovian
2,
response.
3, 4, 5, 6.
The giant gangster chicken taught Shrimp Boy.
The giant gangster.
I'm just going with what you set up. I didn't even write that. I ad-libbed that in response to what you did.
Oh, I like that.
That's what I do, bro.
You are brilliant.
That's beautiful.
He taught Shrimp Boy the finer points of the ancient Chinese gangster code: loyalty, trust, honor, dignity, and respect.
Animal life.
He also taught him that a smart kid always keeps a knife tucked in his pants.
Absolutely. Day one.
But an even smarter kid doesn't have a knife by his nuts and cock. So
Yeah, that's why they always have to have metal detectors at mathlete and academic decathlon competitions.
Oh, really?
Because all those smart kids are always packing knives, dude.
Oh, dude, spelling bees are the worst. They
Oh, man.
strip search everybody. They're like spell strip search. And if they can't, they finger them.
it's very tough.
Yeah.
Being a child and being a gangster at the same time. And I think there's 2 different kinds of smarts. You're talking about book smarts. And I think these gangsters are talking about street smarts. You know what I'm saying, kid? Yeah, see?
He also taught him an easy way to make a little extra cash.
You go out and you get a fucking job.
You get your resume together, get your people on point, lie a lot. You're fine.
I'm a gangster. What I first do is fill out a resume.
Delivering small bags of heroin.
W-9s.
Oh, okay. So he's a Postmates Uber guy.
Yeah, he's
That's a great idea.
Do they have a drug one yet?
They should.
They're right?
Yeah. I mean, they do. It's
Actually,
illegal.
they do.
It's
What do you-
called LA Speedweed.
That's right.
Free plug.
Fucking free plug for
Little-
Speedweed.
little free plug.
They really needed it. Send us some nugs, Speedweed. They sponsor some podcasts.
At 9 years old, Shrimp Boy was working for the Triads.
How small was he that they still called him Shrimp Boy at 9?
What's the Triads? That's the gang?
That's the
Yakuza, right?
international. No, Yakuza's Japanese.
Okay.
Triads are like the big Chinese international gang syndicate.
We're going to have to delete the
Well, a triad.
racist. If first you don't triad shrimp until you shrimp seed.
Suck.
Even before hitting double-digit age, Shrimp Boy developed a reputation as a real gangster. Soon after joining up, he went to watch his mentor meet a challenge for a fight. But before long, the man began to lose. So the 9-year-old did the only thing that made sense.
He switched sides. He's like, that's my new mentor, the one who's winning. Oh, you're winning now? You're still my mentor. Okay, now we're back over there. Oh, it's a tie? I don't know if you're both my mentors or I got to go to a different fight to find a mentor.
Where am I going to sleep tonight?
Right? As a shrimp, am I allowed to be out of water this long? And what's this leather gangster jacket? What's coming through the arms?
What do I do with these long turds?
He reached into his pocket, into his pants,
Into his
pulled
pock
out
pants?
a large watermelon knife, and
What?
leapt at the other fighter, smacking him hard twice on the head.
With a knife? He smacked him with a knife?
With a long watermelon knife. Yeah.
You know the only thing you're supposed to use a watermelon knife for?
Smacking people on the head?
No, cutting a
Cantaloupes.
watermelon.
Fuck, I get that wrong every time.
No, cantaloupes.
The blade cut so deep that it exposed bone.
I thought you said he slapped him on the head.
He smacked him on the head with a knife.
Oh, he pop. Like, what do you mean, smacked him?
like he was
like-
cracking open a watermelon or a
yeah, like
coconut.
he
he
watermeloned
hacked
his
at
head.
him.
Like
he was
blade
like,
side
dude,
down.
it's summertime. I could use some juice. And then he was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's not a watermelon. Oops.
This one's seedless.
It is red.
From that point on, he was a local gang hero. It was off to the races. He worked as a courier until he became a man at 12 by having sex with a prostitute.
Is this about Gallagher? Is this like
Yes, this is
Okay,
the
this
This is the
Gallagher.
story of Gallagher.
interesting?
Yeah.
The comedian Gallagher.
I didn't want to spoil it, but I had to know.
Fuck, man. Sometimes people just see it coming.
I don't want to fuck, man, but yeah.
In his teens, he worked in all kinds of criminal enterprises, including gambling and extortion. He bounced in and out of juvenile detention for various offenses, often because he refused to open his mouth when the cops offered him a deal to squeal.
Ooh, that was a cool rhyme.
Thank you, sir. There's a few of
On
those
the
in here.
next deal, too. Like you have an audience for your game show.
Welcome to Deal to Squeal. All right, everybody. Today we have the Johnson family here on the right-hand side,
Hi, I'm the father. I'm very excited.
and we have the Smiths over here on the left-hand side.
We got here an accident.
Today's theme for the game is what does your dad keep in his pill cases? So, Johnson's, what does your dad keep in his pill cases? Time's running out. What do you got? You gonna make a deal?
Does that sound good? Okay. Tylenol?
Tylenol. Yeah, you're actually you get 18 years in prison for that one. Okay, Smiths, with a life sentence on the line, what does your dad keep in his pill cases?
Well, I'm going to say what I'm going to gummy bears.
You're sentenced to death now. You are now being executed.
Oh, come on,
Yet again, guys, the winner is the American public.
Yay! Tune in next week for another episode of Deal or Squeal.
He was one of the fastest rising stars in the underworld of Hong Kong.
Who was?
Shrimp Boy.
What's his real name again?
His real name is Chow Kwok Chung.
Okay.
I feel like Diane Ware did a song about Shrimp Boy. Oh, Shrimp Boy.
Until 1976.
Yeah, Shrimp
boy.
Oh.
Who's your shrimp boy?
Oh, it got Swedish very quick, huh? Shrimpy Boy?
He was one of the fastest rising stars in the underworld in Hong Kong until 1976, when Shrimp Boy's parents decided it was time to move. Despite not speaking a lick of English, the Chows settled in San Francisco.
If you're going to San Francisco, make sure you don't speak English and your kid is called Shrimp Boy.
Shockingly, the young gangster who didn't speak the language was used to making fast money didn't thrive in the public school system. He dropped out almost as soon
Shrimp
as he
Boy.
enrolled, staying just long enough for a teacher to give him an English name, Raymond.
That's, we're not going with that. We're going with Shrimp Boy.
He's going to be
Shrimp
called
Boy.
both Shrimp Boy and Raymond throughout
Everybody
my
loves
narration.
Shrimp Boy, the TV show.
Raymond.
Oh, jeez.
I hate shrimp.
Jeez, Shrimp Boy.
Oh, sorry, Shrimp Boy. I didn't mean to make the wrong kind of eggplant.
Why do you keep hitting people in the head with watermelon knives? That's so rude.
Your brother Coconut says hi.
When he was little, we let him hang out with a chicken gangster.
I didn't raise you to be. I didn't really raise you at all because you were just a latchkey kid in Hong Kong.
In Australia, they call me a prawn.
I'm the two twins kids.
But luckily for Shrimp Boy,
But luckily,
he brought something valuable with him from Hong Kong.
what did he bring with him? Some rice? He's gonna cook it up. Fucking racist comment. Who said that?
A letter of
Everybody.
recommendation.
A letter from Chinese Hong Kong?
After reading the glowing praise from his Hong Kong boss, a Chinatown
This letter
elder...
was made in a sweatshop, and we're not going to have that around here. It's not traceable. It's not transparent, and I can't trust it.
A Chinatown elder happily introduced the new immigrant to the leaders of the Hop Sing Tong.
Wow, it's like an episode of Bonanza.
Like many immigrant gangs, the Chinese Tongs formed out of necessity. The word Tong means hall or gathering place.
The Chinese tong, the tong, tong, tong.
And the early American Tongs were just that. They first sprung up during the gold rush to provide support
Tong, 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 tong.
for the throngs of new arrivals from China, helping them find homes and jobs. They also served as a place for socialization and entertainment, specifically in the form of gambling. While legal back in China, this was the first step towards organized crime in the United States.
Oh, that's the worst. We're bringing our culture over.
Unbelievable.
We don't care what your rules are. Assimilation? I don't even know what the word,
Hey, have you tried crime before? Maybe you tried breaking the law? Come on our side.
I was thinking about just going to school and getting a regular job.
No. This is off the books. Just don't tell anybody. It's totally safe. We're good. It's illegal.
I like anything that's off the books.
All right, let's go.
Well, this is the gold rush, so the Chinese population was predominantly male.
Wait, what year was this?
This is gold rush. This is like mid 1840s,
1850s.
Yeah, like 18. I mean,
wow.
1848. 1849. That's why they call that's why the team's the 49ers, because it was named after everyone from
Yeah, I
every
know.
49.
Hey,
for the
listen,
gold rush.
I might
Joe
not-
Montana was gold.
Yeah.
I might not have gone to college, but I've read those memes that people put on Instagram.
So the Chinese population was mostly male, as it was young men coming out west to seek fortune in the gold fields.
Thank God.
So the Tongs,
Right? That's more guys for us, Bruce.
So the Tongs, seeing a lack of Chinese women, began to import ladies from the homeland to work as prostitutes.
Thank you
about-
very much.
Think about
The business flourished for decades, especially after the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 banned any new immigration from China. By 1884, the population of Chinatown in San Francisco contained only 1,385 women and over 30,000 men.
Oh, wow. It's
Interesting.
like my high school.
Yeah, that's a lot of dudes.
Yeah, that's right. It's called a sausage party for a reason. They don't call it an oyster jam. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like a fart in there.
Formed in 1875, the Hop Sing Tong was just one of many Tongs that dominated Chinatown for decades. The gangs enforced their hold on crime through the use of high binders.
Hi, binders.
Hey, bud.
Usually recruited from the lower classes of Chinese society, the name high binder came from the practice of binding their long traditional cues tight to their heads to prevent an opponent from grabbing them during combat. These guys earn another nickname, hatchet men, after their favorite tool of the trade. Not only was the hatchet great for fighting in close quarters, it was also useful after the deed was done for disposing of the body.
Wait, so they okay.
So the Tongs were originally founded as like social clubs and secret societies and stuff.
This is in the 1850s.
Yeah, but they also were immediately involved in some illegal trade, you know, the gambling and prostitution stuff, because they were providing a service to the local men.
Sure. Okay.
But then to enforce,
And that's where the industry basically, they're immigrants. They had to find a way. So
Yeah.
they kind of like, you just get put into these niches. And you're like, it doesn't matter if it's legal or not. This is where I can find a
so
job.
throughout history, the
you do
Tongs
whatever you have to do.
Yeah,
the
they
Tongs
just did what
have
they had to
throughout
do.
history kind of vacillated between being criminal and being like public, social, charitable groups.
Yeah.
They all like.
Let me be legitimate. That tong,
So wait,
tong, tong, tong.
in these places they vacillated each other. Was that what happened?
Yeah, they vacillate all over each other, bro.
vacillate, like because
Yeah.
the more vacillate you put on something, the more you can slide
Is
it in.
that
Yeah,
a word,
totally.
or are you guys riffing right now?
No one riffs ever on the show.
No,
How
no.
dare you? think about that?
Vacillate, but also earlier if you wanted to.
You guys know I've been riffing, right? I'm not serious.
So the high binders
Dude.
were the enforcers for the Tongs, for the criminal element of the Tongs.
I like the hey binders.
I heard there can only be one high binder at a time, right? There can only be one.
Oh, there can only be one high
That's why
binder.
they bind the queue up, because if you cut off the queue, that's how you kill one.
Oh,
Yeah.
'Cause then you'd be on the lamb bear.
I hang out with the Jewish gang. They're called the high binders. Oy.
By the time Shrimp Boy joined the Hop Sing Tong, they boasted a 102-year history of crime and
That's a
violence.
high fever.
Right? You might want to sit in an ice bath, my friend.
He quickly fit right
Freeze
in.
that shrimp, right? Flash freeze.
He quickly fit right in as a modern-day high binder. For one of his first jobs, a Tong lieutenant dropped him in front of a suburban home to do a favor for La Cosa Nostra, the Sicilian mafia.
Oh, fuck. I was like, that name sounds familiar. La Cosa Nostra.
Yeah.
Nostra. Hey.
Bad pizza. Great hitmen.
Dressed in bell-bottoms, a jean jacket, and platform shoes, Raymond marched his 5-foot, 5-inch frame up to the door, grabbed a 2x4 from the front porch, and went inside where he beat the man so bad he was in the hospital for 3 months.
Oh, my God.
Jeez.
That's basically within an inch of his life. That could have been a murder.
That's what the order was.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what he was asked to do. So he just did his job, you know.
What was the background story with this guy? Did he deserve the beating?
No
or-
idea, no clue. It's just that the mafia wanted this guy to be hospitalized, so he, being a good employee, a contract worker.
How do you walk that line without actually killing someone? Like, you want me to beat him up, but not
Well, you
kill
just
him?
break a lot of stuff.
Oh, God, brutal.
Yeah, I guess you just beat around.
Oh, it's so
The
cruel.
bush,
Yeah.
which is what I call it when you try to have sex, but you can't actually find the vagina. Beat it around
Is
the
everything a
bush.
sex joke with you?
Yeah,
No,
dude,
never.
Dude, this is serious stuff. So anyways, talk
How do you
about
not find the vagina? There's a fucking Google GPS.
The next day, a Tong
Street
boss.
smarts.
Yeah, whenever someone says like, "Hey man,
Siri.
so where's that vagina?" I go, "You have a cell phone. Just put it into Google Maps."
Siri, can you point me to the nearest beef?
Bing. There is no beef here. This is a sausage party.
Okay, but how about the nearest man beef? They're everywhere, sir. Use your fucking eyes. All of these dudes are ready to fuck.
The summer of 1970. The next day, a Tong boss paid him with a slice of pie and $3,000.
What kind of pie was it?
Jeez, what if he didn't get the pie? Could he get like another $2,000?
You know what?
That is such a good point.
I remember the
pie?
source actually did have what kind of pie. I think it was custard pie.
Oh, God, that
After
sounds
the
good.
general.
They had the kind of pie, but I didn't write it down. He
Not
bought
custard,
himself.
Custard. General Custard. He's delicious. How's General Custard? Was it Colonel Custard? He's so tasty.
He bought himself a beautiful jade ring and a large necklace medallion.
What a fucking cliche I'm
God.
Chinese gift. I'll buy a jade ring.
I'm jaded.
And one of these gold dragon things to put by my front door. It means good luck.
The summer of 1977 was one of the bloodiest in Chinatown history, and all because of a law passed 4 years prior banning fireworks.
Oh.
There was a firework battle?
After the law, Chinatown became the center for anyone who wanted to get something with more kick than a sparkler or a Piccolo Pete.
Oh, like the underground fireworks market? Mm-hmm. Oh, fair.
Locals made a killing off of illegal imports from China.
Literally, several people died when they stuffed their butts full of fireworks and shipped them overseas. Though they cut them open and cleaned off all the fireworks, set up a really nice display, and sold them to vacationers that were like, "Whoa, we're in Chinatown. We should buy some of their cool underground stuff. You know if anyone here's got any blow?"
Mom,
with
this
any-
sparkler smells like poop.
That's because it was stored in a cadaver's asshole, son. Let's just get two.
But with any black market comes extortion, and soon the dealers were paying protection money to the Tongs. But a small upstart
Ooh, uptart girl.
But a small upstart crew.
Toast her ass.
But a small upstart crew called the Joe Boys was causing trouble.
Oh my gosh! I thought the Billy Joel boys. I thought you were going to say because of what we had just done there.
They told the dealers that they would offer protection for a better price.
I will offer protection for a better price.
Here's a condom.
As July 4th came to a close, members of the Wa Ching Tong, friends of the Hop Sing, went to collect their final protection payment. Instead, they found the Joe Boys and a gunfight.
Oh,
When the smoke cleared, a member of the Joe Boys known as Felix the Cat was dead.
I'm just imagining the Anchorman battle, but a bunch of Asian people.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Okay.
All these names, I'm just picturing a cartoon the whole time you're talking.
You killed him with a trident.
That's Sandro's talking, and you're doing references to Anchorman. Let's get back to it. All right.
A trident is a very, very specific weapon, so I understand why it's stuck
It's
in
a
his
weapon
head.
against bad breath. I'll tell you that much right now.
If that wasn't bad enough, the Wa Ching and the Hop Sing took things a step further and began making a regular practice of damaging and urinating on the headstones of dead Joe Boys.
Wow.
So
I
this
drink
is
a lot of water.
This is a West Side Story. Gangs are battling.
They are doing it.
Are they singing and doing the snapping?
On September 3rd, the Joe Boys retaliated. 3 members entered the Golden Dragon restaurant, a popular Wa Ching Hop Sing hangout, carrying a submachine gun, 2 12-gauge shotguns, and a .38 revolver. They were told to fire a single shot into the ceiling, see who ducked, and aim at the ones who didn't.
What the fuck? Oh, why? Because the ones who don't duck are the gangsters? Mm-hmm.
because they know they know what's
because
up.
they're probably pulling their own guns
Yeah,
to fire
yeah.
back.
They shoot into the ceiling, so then like all the drywall and whatever the carcinogens are in that plaster falls into people's dumpling bowls.
And then
yeah.
you just walk out. You shoot the ceiling, asbestos falls in.
Exactly.
And you go, job done. You're all going to die in 6 to 12 months.
See you guys
And
in 30
then-
years, or well,
Exactly.
maybe not.
Have fun.
And then
have
a
fun
lawyer
trying to
walks in.
be in a gang when you have breathing problems.
Right?
That's litigation waiting to happen.
Instead, they immediately opened fire into the crowd of diners.
Wait, so they didn't follow directions?
They did not. The Joe boys just started firing randomly into the crowd of diners. But luckily for Shrimp Boy, who was sitting with the Hop Sing leaders in the corner, the Joe boys had bad aim. Not a single gang member was hit,
Joe boys, you're alive.
but
You're
16
a
diners
horrible
were shot.
Don't call me Joe Boy.
5 died, including 2 tourists.
2 tourists?
2 tourists died, yeah.
Oh, that's just too bad.
The fallout from the Golden Dragon Massacre was huge. Tourism in Chinatown plummeted,
I was just gonna say it's gonna affect the Board of Tourism.
and every restaurant suddenly experienced a rash of canceled reservations.
See what you did, you gangsters?
God.
All of your families and friends who are trying to just what's that show called? Make it in America, and you just made their winter extra hard because of your bad, I don't know, your violent conflict resolution, guys.
Yeah, shoot the ceiling. That's the rule.
Yeah,
This,
that's right.
of course, heavily impacted the Tongs as much of their funds came from protection money or the vices of the Chinese who made their money off tourists.
You could have picked up a glass of oolong tea and poured it on someone's head. That would have done the job, right? Insulting a little bit,
Sure.
spit in someone's in chow mein.
Yeah.
And then look them in the
chow,
eye?
Yeah, your main chow.
You'd
right there.
intimidate the shit out of me if I
or
was eating in
just,
your
or just, remove take the roof off, and everyone gets there. There's no roof, but I'm hungry, and then they eat there, and then they start getting, but they have to be in the sun for like 2 hours because they're eating for a long time. They get sunburns. Eventually, some of that turns into like carcinogens, melanomas or whatever.
It is a great point.
And some without proper intervention, in 3 to 5 years, you can wipe out the entire rival gang.
or just steal all the sunblock in North America,
And then you're done with it, yeah.
and everyone you will suffer at your hands.
Dude, if you mess with the tongs, you're taking a whisk.
It also led to the creation of the SFPD's Asian Gang Task Force,
That sounds kind of contrived and racist.
given
Yeah.
the specific job.
Very
Well, I'm
specific.
not going into Chinatown. Tell Feng Chao Ching Bao to get in there and do it himself.
It's Shrimp Boy.
My name's Steve. I'm 3rd generation, and I appreciate you not adding. Look, I know that you said my entire full Chinese name, but I'm Steve.
I'm a respectful man.
I'm Steve, and I've been here
lobster
for a
dick.
long time.
All right, lobster penis. We don't care.
Lobster Boy is not here. He's in Florida currently shooting his daughter's boyfriend. So let's leave him out of this. We're coming after Shrimp Boy.
That was a callback to an earlier episode of Crime with Lobster Boy. You'll enjoy that episode with Steve and LGC. Check it out.
Because of the lack of money and the crackdown from the Asian Gang Task Force,
It's called lack and a crack. You know what I'm saying?
Chinatown's gangsters were forced to take bigger and bigger risks.
Forget about it, Shrimp Boy.
Including
This is Chinatown.
Shrimp Boy. In 1978, the 18-year-old joined 2 other members to rob what he thought was a shady poker game. But when he walked
Turned
in,
out they were playing Uno.
hey, Asian gangster, please don't rob me.
I got to. That's what I do. I'm a gangster.
Damn it, I have to play my skip card.
Asian gangster, please
gonna cut
don't
this out
rob me.
So in 1978, he walks in to what he thinks is a shady poker game. But when he walked inside and pulled out his gun, he found himself face to face with 23 members of the Chinese American Institute of Engineers.
Wow, that's a lot of pencils and calculators.
I was going to say, they're going to do a math problem and
Dude.
solve it in front of you.
Robbing dorks was not the plan. But
Just sucking them was.
since he already had his gun out, might as well. They fleeced the men and left. But despite all of his criminal training, Raymond apparently missed the lesson on fleeing the scene.
That's rule number 1 is you can't hang out there anymore.
Don't have lunch in the store you stole the food from.
right?
Hours later, as a police officer was returning one of the victims from giving his statement at the Hall of Justice, the man noticed
How
Shrimp
comic.
Boy hanging out near the restaurant, easily identifiable as one of the robbers because he was still wearing the same outfit from the robbery, including a jade ring and a large medallion.
I like the way it makes me feel. I like these clothes. I feel like I have confidence. I don't care.
Yeah, but Ray, we really need to, when you go to do a crime, you want to be incognito.
All I have are horizontal stripes. I'm not doing it.
Don't try to go order a drink at Starbucks with your ski mask still on.
Raymond, we taught you better than this. Whenever you go and commit crimes, you take off your rings.
No, I don't want to. I feel good with them. There's a reason I do it.
Ray,
You can't change me.
lineup.
No, Deborah. It's called.
Raymond Chow was convicted on 17 counts of robbery with a firearm.
Oh, there was no like he didn't run. He was just like they immediately like get down on the ground.
Yeah.
and they got him.
And sentenced to 11 years in San Quentin State Prison.
Damn.
Shockingly, Shrimp Boy fit right in. He was given solitary confinement after he beat a man with a food tray, swinging it back and forth like a tennis racket.
Was the guy eating shrimp and he's like, not on my watch.
How dare you, sir?
Back when food trays were made of lead.
Well, this is a jail food tray,
Yeah.
Sandro. So you just
I
gotta.
eat your shrimp shake.
That sounds gross and awesome. Have you ever had those shrimp fries? They're like a little chip.
Is it good?
Oh, they're so tasty.
Are they?
Oh, so I love shrimp.
They made him see the prison psychologist who recommended he try to learn a skill that wasn't related to crime.
Hey, maybe I don't know, drill something for that's not a person.
Yeah. I'll drill into something that I stole.
Or we drill like the whatchamacallit, the safe. We drill that and then we get the money out of it.
No. I mean, like go go someplace where they make parts for cars, something like that. Drill that.
Oh, a chop shop. That's a great idea.
No. Someplace
I've been
you
thinking about
apply for
stealing
a
cars and chopping them up for a long time.
Do whatever you want to do. It's fine.
So Shrimp Boy began his studies to become a deep sea welder.
What? Are you serious? Like they gave him a couple pamphlets on here's some real careers that you could add that are very satisfying and they don't break the law. You'll feel like a contributive member of society. And he's like, I want to be a deep sea welder.
Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah.
Like that's just a huge leap.
But then a prison riot broke out and disrupted his training.
That's the way it always is.
Yep.
You get your deep sea
So-
welding certification and
That's the dog ate
Riot.
my homework. A prison riot broke out and interrupted my training.
oh yeah, sure, hear it all the time.
Right? Let me guess. A prison riot broke out and interrupted your training.
Let me guess, all those scars on your chest is when you got shivved in the shower. Okay.
No, that's from something else.
So instead, he spent his time in prison dealing heroin.
Oh, of course.
Underwater with his welding gear on.
He served just over 7 years, getting out in 1985.
Oh, thank goodness. He's out and free, guys. Right now, he could just be hanging out at the comedy store.
Raymond tried really hard to turn over a new leaf.
Oh, he did?
Those leaves.
On
they're
his
heavy.
release, he took a bus back into the city, bought a Chinese newspaper, and sat at a Vietnamese noodle shop to start his job search.
Oh, so he really was trying.
But within minutes, he was distracted by some classy-looking hookers. The job search could wait. He only needed a few minutes to convince them to leave their pimps and work for him instead.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what else are you going to do if you start? People are going to work for you. Then
So he's still wearing his
you're a
prison
businessman.
shoes.
Yeah.
Like, that's how fresh he is. He still smells like prison.
I think
And
that's
he-
what hookers kind of look for, though. Like, I can trust this guy.
He rented a large Victorian house in the city, and within months, he was rolling in more cash than he could launder.
Yes, this house over here, you're going to like it's 1,800 square feet. It's Victorian. Oh, the house is a female as well. Maybe I could pimp her out.
And
Well, we are going inside her, sir, and it does cost money.
I need to wash this money.
Luckily for you, every room has a bidet.
Have a nice bidet.
So, being a savvy businessman, he decided to invest the extra cash in cocaine distribution and fencing stolen jewelry,
I
drugs,
like
and
the way he
weapons.
thinks. He's got the pulse on the beat of America.
You can take the shrimp boy out of the criminal underworld. You cannot take the criminal underworld out of the shrimp boy.
been
It's
saying
all the
that
way
for
inside
years.
of his butt. It's up in his colon.
He was crushing it until May 31st, 1986,
Undersea welding convention.
when Shrimp Boy stopped by the Golden Key restaurant.
Oh, is that a buffet?
It's
The
a different
Golden-
restaurant than the Golden Dragon.
Okay.
But he stops in only in golden restaurants.
Well, they say you got to have a vision board, and probably his vision board just has gold drawn all over
Yeah.
it. And he's like, I want to. The words mean something. Is what I'm saying.
Inside the restaurant was David Quach, a member of the Watching, who'd made the mistake a few days prior of getting into a physical fight with Raymond's sister-in-law.
Wow.
Oh, with a woman? A dude got in a fight with a woman? You
That Quach has some
this
sass.
This is when mafia movies start, when you're like emotionally invested and you're like, oh, there still needs to be justice. There's even justice on this side. You're like, you can't beat up chicks, bro.
The moment he saw David, Raymond opened fire.
Oh, fuck. He didn't go and teach him a lesson. He was going to kill. Dude, Raymond, you want to go back to jail?
We taught you whenever you're supposed to kill somebody, you don't do it in broad daylight.
3 strikes rule, Ray.
I need. Oh God.
David survived, but Raymond was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon.
Oh, that sucks.
When the cops grabbed him, he was also carrying jewelry and blank checks from another robbery.
I just no, come on.
Yeah, what are you gonna do with it? Try to bring it back and return them?
I've been watching Pawn Stars, and I figured I want to get into the Pawn Star business.
What are you gonna buy a mansion and put like a go-kart track in there or something?
Yeah,
with all those
maybe.
blank checks.
I thought I would. I don't know.
You gonna hire a bouncy house?
I love Leonardo DiCaprio. It's
You
a
gonna
great
pay for
movie.
friends?
Yeah.
You gonna have you gonna hire a guy to pretend to be there and like supervising the shit and stuff?
Psychologically speaking, though, can I pause the show for a second? The idea of putting a go-kart track inside a house, if you had an electric go-kart and you had a big enough house to live in, actually sounds like a fucking amazing
As long
way
as
to
not,
live.
yeah, gas power would be
Can you
terrible.
imagine waking? Well, yeah,
would be
my
the worst.
throat's raspy. Well, I live in an indoor karting utopia. But if you had an electric go-kart,
Be fun.
Raymond earned 3 more years in prison. This time he made a few friends.
But I feel like they're mine because I earned them.
that's right.
Quote,
That's the accomplishment I've been telling you about, young man.
People that go to prison and they don't earn them, they're like, I didn't work hard for this.
I'm innocent. I feel
feel
guilty
so
just
guilty,
taking all this
exactly.
free cell footage.
I'm guilty. Of course I'm full of guilt. I mean,
quote, I did time with a bunch of amazing people. Each person you talk to, learn something from them. Aren't no stupid people inside prison. You can say that.
That's well, actually, you know what? This is a second language. We
did
can't
go
judge
to
him.
That quote was describing his prison friendship with Charles Manson.
well, interesting. I was going to say, because they both had like a height thing, so I wonder if they both wanted to kill people because they
thinking-
couldn't reach.
I'm thinking Shrimp Boy's credibility is kind of going down if he's vouching for Charlie Manson.
Shrimp Boy got out in 1989 with no facial swastikas. He again tried to go straight.
Wow, are you right?
Yeah.
They say if you can just get out without facial swastikas, then you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
He again tried to go straight. This time, it lasted longer than 15
He met
minutes.
the man of his dreams.
To help him on his path, his mother gave him a ritual bath with grape leaves to cleanse his spirit.
How old is he at this time?
1989, he was born in 59, so I don't know, math.
30
you know?
years old almost.
Sure, still
Or 30 years.
breastfeeding, yeah.
He's 30 years old. My mom doesn't give me baths anymore.
Yeah, she quit that 10 years
And I'm
ago.
only 25.
For a while, it worked. He took a job bagging groceries at the Lucky Market in Daly City for $4.50 an hour.
Got this job in the bag.
A guy who's been a cocaine dealer and a pimp took a job bagging groceries.
Mm-hmm.
This really affects how I'm going to start feeling about people that bag groceries when I see them. Like, did you used to be a
yeah.
pimp?
Do you still have Coke?
Do you still have cocaine?
This land is taking so long.
Also,
like,
anybody
paper
who
or
details your
plastic?
car is a cokehead.
Paper or plastic?
Paper or plastic? Actually, can I just get some cocaine and some hookers? He's like, well, I'm not in that business anymore, but I still got some numbers in my phone. I didn't get a new phone. I can't afford a new phone with this new job working at the grocery store. But when I was a pimp, I could afford new phones.
Raymond was a good employee, eventually earning a promotion to janitor, along with a $3 raise.
Janitor. No, you won't be cleaning anything. You'll be in charge of this whore named Janet.
But then the Asian gang task force notified his employer, so he left before he could be fired.
Wait. He had a square job. He was trying to straighten out, and the task force is like, fire this guy? Let me tell you that he used to be How
What
are you supposed to ever have a square life?
What I don't know is if he admitted to being a felon when he applied for the job. That was like kind of that. there was some squirreliness
Oh, so
there.
he's getting in trouble for lying. Well, you admit to being a felon, you might not get to have the square job you want. It's like
His
some of these
next
people.
job was more up his alley, being a bodyguard.
Oh, okay.
Shockingly, that did not keep him on the straight and narrow. Before long, he found himself walking in Golden Gate Park with a Hong Kong triad and leader of the Wo Hop 2, Peter Chong.
Oh, because he was the bodyguard for the gang? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're never going to stay straight if you're going to be hanging out with them.
Discussing how to unite the coastal heroin trades. Soon after, the Wo Hop 2 merged with the Hop Sing Tong to form the Tien Ha Wu. Or I can't pronounce this last one. W-I-U, whatever.
You could have just made, whatever.
Well,
what are you, a 1960s police officer in Alabama? This is a person and a culture that deserves
I'm getting the translation.
I'm just joking. I'm just teasing you.
The name of the merged group translated to the Whole Earth Association,
Oh.
named after a comic book about supervillains joining forces to take over the world.
Sounds like a vitamin company my mom would have gotten duped into. The Whole Earth Association. We're missing out on so many Fernotikes. They're inside your cells, but you're messing up the Fernotikes.
The goal was to unite all the Chinese gangs in America under the Triad's leadership.
Good.
To help recruit
A
new
union.
members.
You got to unionize.
Right? You got to unionize these gangbangers.
To help recruit new members, Shrimp Boy opened up a new facility in the Hop Sing headquarters, a youth athletic club. They found it easy.
Oh my God. They go in there and they make it seem like fucking they're hooking you up. But meanwhile, they're trying to scout for people to turn into criminals.
It was easy to get new members because most of the Chinese teenage boys in the area grew up on Hong Kong gangster films.
I'm trying to think, what if the Crunch Fitness that I go to is doing that to me? They're grooming me. They're grooming me to be a criminal. Once I get to 11 pull-ups, they're going to fucking ask me to join.
I'm a member of the YMCA. Forget about it. You know?
24-hour fitness. Or your mattress is free. I don't know what I'm doing here on this show. I think my improving's gone abstract just now.
He swore in new members with a complicated ceremony.
Fuck you.
I swear to God.
That's the whole ceremony.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. All right, you're in.
Good.
First, there were 36 oaths of loyalty, breaking any of which meant death. Meant a death sentence.
Okay, so let me get this straight. I just read through the contract a couple times. It says if I fail to meet my payments on time, it says if I screw up at all, it says the penalty's death. Are all your penalties death?
I mean, there's only 36 things you can do wrong.
Yeah, but I noticed that there's 36 death penalties.
Like ending a sentence with a preposition.
Yeah, you'll die.
That one. That one's death, but that's understandable. You can't end a sentence. You can't go like, "Where are we going? When are we going in?" That's not a proper sentence. So yeah, death.
Okay, but I'm just wondering if the death penalty
Wearing
is
socks
necessary.
with sandals. I mean, obviously that one should be.
that one I agree
Lane
with.
already, you know?
Yeah, putting pineapple on your pizza.
Okay, Slaton, let's break improv for a second. That is not a crime. Dipping your pizza in ranch or putting pineapple on it, delicious. And doing them together?
Sweet and savory? Come on.
You're
Salty,
an animal,
everything.
and when we're
Delicious.
done with this episode, I'm gonna
put
hold you to your. That's your 35th oath that you took for
put
the
it in.
show. You guys don't know this. There's actually the 36 oaths of loyalty is
Wait,
part
what
of
the
how we
fuck?
started the show, and Shefsky just broke number 35. So next week, the show will be back with our new co-host Sandro Iocolano.
You just broke the
Since
fourth
we're-
wall. Broke
and
the fourth.
we'll be putting the information for Shefsky's funeral service on our Twitter page.
I will haunt this studio. I will fucking bite your dick when you're sleeping.
Then he took a
Are those
Polaroid.
part of is that the new host rules? Is that
That's
like
my haunting. If I did a horror movie, it'd be about a ghost that bites your dick when you're sleeping, and you wake up with bite marks on your dick every day, and no one believes you.
Then he took a Polaroid of each new member, writing the address and names of the man's relatives on the back.
This is a terrifying group to become a part. I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to go back to DeVry.
Well, but here's the cool part. Then he would take the new members to the beach, where they get
that's
jumped into the
nice.
gang.
Oh, wow.
Do they know that they're getting jumped in, or do they think
No,
they're
no.
going to go
Actually,
swimming with their pals?
what he would tell them was,
to have a picnic.
no, he would tell them, hey, we're going to the beach, and we're, as a gang together, we're going to fight another gang. Then they get there and be like, hey, where's the other gang?
Are you serious?
And they'd all beat the shit out of the
Are
new
you
guy.
serious?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. That was their move. It was
So
pretty
what's
fun.
the point of like, okay, they beat the person, right? And now they're part of the gang.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand.
It's to make them tough and to let them know, like, this is how tough we are. We love you, but
Hold on.
we will kill you.
Yeah.
They didn't beat you up before you got your name on the wall here at the Comedy Store?
I mean, no, just like verbally.
Wow, I better tell him you're not really a paid regular here until you get your ass kicked by Pauly Shore.
Oh yeah, dude, I heard he's super cool.
Mean right
California
hook.
smile.
Yeah.
Fucking kick him in the balls, buddy.
Dude, you gotta get your ass beat.
You got it.
They quickly rose to prominence.
Beat off.
Maybe too quickly. The Hop Sing's old friends, the Watching, took notice.
Oh my god, you think they were
Watching?
paying attention to them?
Soon, violence broke out as the groups competed for power. It escalated to the point where 2 people were killed in a drive-by shooting in front of the San Francisco comedy venue, The Purple Onion.
This is a really weird YMCA. I don't know how you guys do here, but
On the night Zach Galifianakis filmed his special live at the Purple Onion.
This assassination was called...
here's my impression of a pretentious.
This is the weirdest Between Two Ferns ever. All he did was just shoot Chinese people. The head of the Watching called for a sit-down, and the groups brokered a
Guys,
ceasefire.
have a seat.
With the Watching, please proceed to hang out with the gang, the Seating.
A year later, the Watching leader was found with a bullet in his head.
Oh, what the hell? You think? How do you think? Put it like you just like. Oh, here it is.
That's where I left it. Oh, man. Thank you so much for finding that.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. I can't believe. Here you go.
Thank you.
I don't know why I had it.
Oh, man. Yeah, I keep on losing this thing.
Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to have any other of my bullets, would you?
No, hey, I think I'm gonna die.
Ah, yeah. Well, it's been fun.
Has
And
it?
thanks for the bullet, though. I appreciate it.
I'm the Grim Reaper. You're coming with me.
Can you at least sew the hole up in my head? Do I have to come with you with?
There's no point. We shall orgasm together in the great infinity void that lies beyond
Sorry,
life.
I'm
Mom.
not gonna. Oh,
Sorry, mumsies.
Shrimp Boy and Chong were on their way to achieving their
Shrimp
goal.
Boy and Chong. I used to watch all their movies. Up in Dumpling Smoke. I used to watch that one. Nice.
Born in East Chinatown.
Oh, that's a good
That's
one.
right.
That's
Nice
my
pork
favorite.
bun dreams.
Dumpling boy.
Ooh, that's another really good. Shrimp Boy, Dumpling Boy, and
Dumpling
Evil Boy.
Boy.
Those are all Diane Word songs.
They were on their way to achieving their goal of world
Dumpling
domination.
Boy. South African hip hop. Dumpling Boy, ready for smoke.
But they kept hitting
Africa.
roadblocks. First,
God. From G.I. Joe?
their new gang wasn't as united as they hoped.
High five.
Old rivalries going back decades continued to pop up, and the boys were fighting amongst themselves.
And Cobra Commander?
When one member shot another in the stomach,
Hardly knew her.
Chong tried to keep the peace by personally beating the shit out of the shooter and giving the victim $3,000.
Wait. So that was like a kind of like a gangster situation? Like,
Yeah, so basically they've now united all these disparate gangs under this one flag, but they're still from different gangs that don't like each other.
does the Chinese gang do any of the cool stuff the Yakuza does where they cut off like a pinky? Because that's like one of the baddest, scariest things about that group. You know, you fuck up, you're not going to be able to hold a samurai sword anymore. Does the Chinese gang do anything like that?
don't know if they do that.
Because I know the Chinese and the Japanese are always competing for who's cooler.
Yeah.
And this is one of those examples of like, hey, you guys better start cutting off some of your own limbs if you want us to, you know.
At the same time as the gang was fighting itself,
Same time, is that another one of the gangs?
the cops
times versus the
the cops seemed to be everywhere they turned.
like a Discover card.
Not only did they show up at public events, but they seemed to be one step ahead of the criminal activities as well, even out of state.
Oh.
Shrimp Boy traveled to Boston for a routine assassination,
To meet up with Lobster Roll Boy. in
only to
Boston?
find two marked police cars outside the restaurant where they'd planned the hit.
They mark the police cars?
How rude. That's vandalism right there. Mark
Yeah.
that one down.
Take 'em
Before
down.
long, Shrimp Boy suspected
Is that another guy before long?
they,
Didn't he star in the Terminator movies before long?
I think that was not two.
Shrimp Boy suspected they had a rat.
Named Rat Boy?
Oh.
So we got Shrimp Boy, Rat Boy,
Dumpling Jim. What's his name?
Dumpling Jim.
Evil-
That's a
evil-
good old
evil
folk
guy.
song. He's Dumpling Jim. Everywhere you go, Dumpling Jim.
In May of 1992, Shrimp Boy was arrested at LaGuardia Airport with $12,000 in cash on suspicion of dealing drugs.
Yeah, $12,000 in 92.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That could buy you something right
He
there,
knew
right?
there was a snitch, but he didn't know who or how many. While he obeyed the code of never cooperating with the police,
Somebody else might not.
nearly every new recruit who'd been caught for a small-time crime was cutting a deal.
Oh, really?
Still, he assumed it was just one rat, and soon he chose a target.
These little kids that are being recruited into a gang that's going to kill you are ratting on their fucking former gang members? Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
I mean, they're young kids. Maybe they're super
I
scared.
guess, maybe they're too dumb to know. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't rat on these guys. They
took us to the beach and he almost killed me, and I don't know if I like him.
Yeah, so you guys, the cops, you said you're the good guys, right?
Yeah. You guys are good. Yeah, we're the good guy. We'll take you in. Come here. Just come here.
I've seen that Netflix show with that mafia guy in Norway, so I mean, I guess I could trust you guys.
Yeah, I bet you
Madeline Lee, the girlfriend of another gang member, was arrested with 3 others for a robbery.
You can trust us.
But unlike them, she received no jail time.
Interesting. I'd say that's peculiar, Madeline. Or
Weeks
should I
later-
say, does he rip off her mask? Okay, this is your face, Madeline.
Wow, I really thought there was going to be something else under there, but nope, just your face. Sorry about the ripping at the edge. That seems rude that I did that.
My face hurts.
Yeah, well, you probably shouldn't have, done whatever you did. Also, I don't think that's your face still. Give me it one more time. Nope, that's your face. Weeks later, 4 men jumped her outside a club, breaking her shoulder and knocking out a few teeth.
They beat up a chick? 4
Well,
dudes?
she was a gangster.
Oh, okay.
Not realizing
That's
she was
fine.
made, Lee called Shrimp Boy to ask for help, even giving him the license plate number so he could track down her assailants.
Oh, yeah, he's going to back it up. Huh?
He told her not to worry, then sent a second group to finish the job.
Wow. So they killed her, and then was a contracting work.
Wait,
Well, hold on. There's another.
Wait a second. I'm confused. So
I know you are.
Shrimp Boy thinks she's the rat.
Yep.
He sends the first group to beat her ass.
Yep.
She goes.
Then she goes back to Shrimp Boy and is like, I'll take care of this.
Yeah.
And then sends the group or another
Sends
group
another
out
group
now
out to
to
finish-
kill this chick.
Yeah.
So she goes to Shrimp Boy for help.
Does he have confirmation that she's a narc, or he's just
pretty
going to
clear.
kill? Okay.
Oh, because she didn't get any jail time.
I'm going to trust Shrimp Boy's judgment on this, but still.
He hasn't led us, astray now.
I just don't
Till
like
now,
violent conflict resolution.
But
Anywhere.
luckily for Lee.
But luckily-
Just as the men began their assault, a police officer pulled up. She was saved and 1 gang member was arrested. Still oblivious, she again called Raymond.
Yep.
This time, he didn't mince words in order to drop the charges against the arrested gang member. Instead, she flipped completely. With the combination of her testimony and the other lower-level members, law enforcement finally had enough to move on the gang's leadership.
So she was a narc.
Yeah, the entire time.
Interesting. Because I would have thought if she was calling him to tell him all the stuff that's going on, she would be like, I don't know. I don't know what it's
Well,
like.
she didn't know who beat her up. She didn't know it
I've
was
seen
sent by him.
Carlito's Way, Donnie Brasco, and people have told me about The Wire. That's all I know about this stuff.
In October of 1992, police raided Peter Chong's home to find it was empty.
What the hell?
Tipped off, he was long gone for Hong Kong.
Oh, I thought you meant it was just like,
dude.
I thought you meant it was just like boring and unfurnished. Like, how's this guy even lay down on a Saturday and just enjoy himself?
Long gone for Hong Kong.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
They have a great shrimp basket on Thursdays.
Shrimp Boy, on the other hand, was picked up and tried on 6 counts of racketeering and gun trafficking.
We're gonna try.
At first, you don't succeed. Try him on 6 points of racketeering.
In
yeah.
court, he learned just how many of his men violated their code.
I didn't even know he played tennis.
Was that a Disney movie, The Racketeer?
I think he was a racketeer. Yeah.
As they helped lead to a
Somebody
conviction
recontoured it.
where he was sentenced to 24 years in prison.
That's
Wow.
that's like a
Just
year
like
for
the
every
other
hour
show.
of the day.
For that show. 20. Yeah.
Yeah, with Kiefer Sutherland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When he's in prison for 24 hours.
Put him on top of a little weed. It's delicious.
He smokes. He does the keef.
Yeah.
And it is
Once
it is
inside,
a dab.
just
Then
reach-
is a dap.
Just a little bit.
once inside, he reached out to the Tong for help, only to learn that they too had flipped. Shrimp Boy began working on his appeal, but there was one more betrayal coming.
You gotta appeal the shrimp first.
Yep. That's true.
And clean out the damn poop.
And clean out
Working with the U.S., Hong Kong arrested and extradited Peter Chong, who immediately used his money to hire away the same lawyer that was supposed to be helping Raymond.
Hey, man. I'll just get a lawyer with this money, man.
Now he was
Hire
truly
away.
alone.
Aw.
Shrimp Boy had no gang, no Tong, and no lawyer.
Tong's a lot, guys.
Apparently, the ancient codes no longer mattered. So Raymond decided it was time to play by the new rules and flip back on them.
Oh, yeah. You flip on me, I'll flip on you.
Some are salt, some are not. You know what I mean?
In exchange for early release, witness protection, and a special visa given to witnesses who assist law enforcement, Shrimp Boy agreed to testify against Peter Chong.
No one ever gets a special MasterCard. Does anyone notice that?
After Chong's trial and conviction,
And I have
Raymond was finally released in 2003.
Oh, he's out right now, huh?
But the government didn't come through on the whole witness protection U.S. visa thing.
Oh, the government flaked?
God.
Instead, they fit him with an ankle monitor and dropped him off in the middle of Chinatown.
We're not going to pay your Visa bill. And then they just put an ankle monitor.
Right? Was it a jade ankle monitor, though? And he's like, actually, I really like this thing. As a shrimp boy, I'm very much into jade jewelry.
At this
24
point,
karat.
Shrimp Boy was double unemployable.
It's a lot of carrots.
Not only was he unable to get a legitimate job without a visa, but he couldn't get any criminal work either on account of his testimony against Chong.
Oh, so no one trusted him anymore. Oh, man, so he's just got no resume. The square world, the gangster world. This guy.
But he was trying to get work on a place where, like, hey, I know I flipped on a bunch of you, but hey, can I get work?
I mean, maybe they didn't know it, or he didn't know that they knew.
speculated.
And also, you're talking about he's at his wits' end, like just basically crawling back. Like, will someone give me some form of employment? I'm miserable, and I
Yeah.
need. Right? Am I assuming correctly?
Furthermore, crime had changed. As young Chinese crime had
Had
changed.
changed.
As young Chinese criminals were moving into the digital age.
Is that the
focusing-
name of one of the gangs? Young's Chinese Criminals?
Yes.
That sounds, yeah, I'd buy that album.
Come on down to Young's Chinese Criminal Emporium. We got all kinds of criminals. Tall criminals, short criminals, old
We
criminals,
got
young criminals.
pickpockets, thieves, murderers, interspecies pimps.
You can pick your friends, but you can't pick their pockets.
The new criminals
We'll kill
focused
anybody, or your murder is free.
The new young Chinese criminals were moving to the digital age, focusing on identity theft and credit card fraud.
Oh, I hate these guys even more.
But Raymond didn't know how to use a computer.
You need to learn how to type, Raymond.
I don't want to, no,
Raymond, we've been telling you to keep your criminal options open your entire life.
How many words per minute?
7.
Deborah,
So,
I'm the twins.
since he didn't know how to use a computer, he moved in with his brother and his brother's girlfriend to try to figure things out.
Don't you think you could have just kind of learned how to? You don't have to move. You just gotta learn how to use the computer in a couple days.
But that wasn't much better,
This is the escape key. This is the enter key, and everything in between is numbers and letters.
as they
can't
berated
figure it
him for not paying rent and using too much toilet paper.
You use too much toilet paper and you don't pay rent.
Well, I'm paying rent with my poopsie doodles.
But the toilet paper, we don't have enough.
Well, then get some more toilet paper, huh? What are they? It grows on trees, you know.
I'm berating you.
What do you want me to do? Just walk around with these skid tracks in my thing?
Stop shitting so much, Raymond.
I eat a lot of fiber.
He started having panic attacks. He saw a psychiatrist, who simply gave him Ambien and sent him on his way.
You should be asleep because you're a psychopath.
So tired. I'm going to start tweeting like Roseanne if you guys don't give me a job.
Eventually, he discovered a new path, talking to high school kids about the dangers of joining a gang.
He picked that up as his job.
Oh my God, he's going to recruit the fucking kids.
He explained that it's never enough. Quote,
my God.
You get a gun, and then you want a bigger gun, and then you want a bigger gun.
And the kids are all excited, like, yeah, where can I get one of these guns? This guy's
That's
cool.
the way ravioli.
No. So what I'm trying to say here is, like, don't get the first gun, because then you just need more guns all the time.
Yeah. But the bigger gun, it's never enough.
You got a big gun there, Raymond.
It's never enough. I want another bang.
I'm the twins.
For the next few years,
They should have had Baby Sinclair from Dinosaurs in Everybody Loves Raymond.
I'm the twin.
I would have loved to see Raymond talk to
Again, gotta love me.
Somebody killed his fucking
Not the mama.
Deborah.
Everybody hates you, Raymond.
For the next few years, he spoke all over the city, addressing students, community groups, and even the San Francisco Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, yeah, a bunch of criminals right there,
He
huh?
became a beacon of gang reform. He even began work on a book and movie about his life, looking to finally earn a legitimate income.
Dude, how many fucking criminals do we do stories about who are writing books and doing movies? What the fuck? Do you notice that?
That's the whole point of being a criminal.
They're doing that, and then also they're doing a lot of stuff. I feel like I'm slacking on everything I've ever done.
After his release from prison, Raymond asked Alan Lung, the current leader of the Hop Sing, for $100,000.
So I can invest it into my anti-joining a gang speeches for kids.
There's been a lot of debate as to what the $100,000 was for, whether it was like to make a foundation or whether Raymond was just trying to strong arm them. There's like a lot of debate as to like what that actually was.
But this
all
is
about.
after he's already been going around talking to kids about the dangers of joining gangs, and he's still in contact with these crazy gangsters. Ooh,
Well, but also like but the Hop, remember all these Tongs kind of vacillate in the membership between being like criminal and being not criminal.
Yeah.
and they always like it's almost like they kind of slide back and forth on a spectrum where it's like, oh hey, right now we're like 80% criminal, right now we're like 30% criminal.
It's like any other kind of addiction, where it's like one day you're not eating carbs, the next day I see you're eating a bacon donut from Portland. But what I'm saying is, kids, if you're listening to this right now and you're in high school or something like that, hey, you know those guys that come by and tell you the dangers of joining gangs? Some of them might actually be pretty cool.
Alan and the Hop Sing said no to the $100,000.
Wow.
So Raymond did the only thing that made sense and joined another Tong.
Raymond, you were leading a square life. You're going to
gets
be
it.
okay.
He gets it.
Known as the Chinese Freemasons, this group was also led by Alan Lung.
This dude, every time that he wants to go straight, there's a pretty whore that walks in front of him, and he's like, "Well, I guess I'll
I
just
guess we'll
pimp
just
her."
do right. That's what happens.
Yeah.
It lures you back in, especially when the square world won't give you a gosh darn job.
Soon after Shrimp Boy joined, Alan was mysteriously gunned down in 2006.
Oh, fur.
Raymond attended his funeral wearing a white suit.
What does that mean? That means I'm the killer?
There's debate as to what it means. We'll get to that in a minute, too.
Maybe he was one of the new 100 people that played Colonel Sanders on the internet.
5 months later, he was sworn in as the new leader.
Oh, fuck. Power grab.
He was now a visible community leader,
Yeah, in a white suit.
speaking to community groups all across the Bay. He even received praise from people like Senator Dianne Feinstein for his anti-gang work.
This is after he's a gang member? And Dianne Feinstein,
But she didn't know because he was,
how could she know? She's too busy being a fucking crazy bitch.
oh, she is fine.
So here's the thing about what's happening right now.
Hot Jewish chick.
One hand's doing charity work, and the other is not. The other hand isn't exactly in the criminal cookie jar. At this point, Shrimp Boy's being more careful. He's keeping his criminal activities kind of an arm's length away to preserve plausible deniability.
But he's truly a criminal.
Well,
He's running the
let's
gang.
see how the story goes.
God, he's a president.
Members were selling drugs, laundering money, and smuggling guns, but he kept his distance. And then in 2010, he made a new friend. David Jordan, an East Coast emissary of La Cosa Nostra, had just moved to San Francisco to make a name for himself out west. The two quickly became close friends. They ate together and visited nightclubs.
What kind of nightclubs? Did they have sex with beautiful women and eat exotic foods?
Almost assuredly.
Was Ron Jeremy hanging around?
Raymond introduced him to a number of people, but still kept his own distance from any criminal activity.
Here's 25 people.
Mostly. When David Jordan thanked him for helping close a deal to sell stolen cigarettes to China, Raymond insisted that he did nothing and refused the cash.
Oh.
Then his lieutenant accepted the money instead.
Oh. Obviously what's going on.
As the men got
Plausible
closer, the lines
deniability.
began to blur. On a drunken night of karaoke, Raymond told David that he loved him, and if everyone ever heard him, he would, quote, their life would disappear.
Raymond said that. This is a guy that's going around in public as an ex-gang member that's made these big changes, and he's
So here's what's happening, because there's a lot of stuff going on that's kind of like he's keeping his distance from crimes. He's sort of saying, he's like kind of dancing on the edge. He's saying like he knows. He definitely knows what's going on in the Tong. People are doing shit.
Lacoza knows,
But he's like,
Struz.
it's an arm's length away. It's like, yeah, I know they're doing extortion, but I don't have anything to do with it.
I feel like he's covering his tracks, though, with the like, oh, it was nothing. Like, they can't even get him on tape, and then someone else accepts it. He could take a lie detector and be like, I never took that money, and he really didn't.
I detest lies myself.
What Shrimp Boy didn't know was that David Jordan couldn't be hurt because David Jordan didn't exist.
Wait, what the fuck? He was an undercover cop?
The man he was talking
was an
to
undercover cop?
was UCE 4599, UCE meaning undercover employee.
Oh, fuck.
UCE 4599 was part of a larger investigation named Operation White Suit after Raymond's funeral attire into a money laundering and gun smuggling operation involving then California State Senator Leland Yee.
Whoa. We had a California senator that was involved in money and guns?
In March of 2004,
This
Raymond
just
Chow,
happened.
2014, Raymond Chow,
Oh my God.
Leland Yee, and 27 others were arrested on charges ranging from corruption to international weapons smuggling.
Our senator was fucking arrested? I don't even
senator,
know about this.
not U.S. senator. State senator.
What does that mean?
Well, the way so we have a local government for just the state of California.
Si, senor.
And it has an assembly, it has a House and a Senate.
Got
They
it.
put it together.
And so there are senators who are just for the state government, not for the U.S. government.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a big thing. It's a state senator.
Yeah, we are the 5th biggest economy in the world.
Yeah.
It's very important.
They're in the state, like the other ones are represented in Washington.
And he was doing shady shit. So Leland Yee also was like a very staunch public anti-gun person, and then was secretly like making this deal to smuggle guns into the country.
Oh, wow.
Has anybody ever been staunch and it's been a good thing? I always feel like staunch is like, I'm a staunch piece of shit, you know, like that's. I've heard people say that before. Or I'm a staunch Republican, which I don't know if that means.
Yeah,
but-
staunch. You do hear staunch. It reminds me of squanch.
Yeah, I always feel like stout or staunch. I'm a staunch.
Oh, a staunch beer?
Yeah, it sounds delicious.
3
Sounds
days
really good.
after his arrest,
3 days after his arrest.
I do want a sandwich.
Raymond's Facebook page posted a photo of Shrimp Boy outside a cafe, wearing all denim,
Is that Facebook?
smiling as he rode a plastic pony, with the caption, "Don't
finally
believe
got me."
everything you read or hear."
Interesting.
He maintained his innocence, and so, for a time, did the public. Free Shrimp Boy t-shirts began popping up all over town.
And people walking around, hey, where can I get one of those free shrimp boys? I'm starving.
In court, Raymond's lawyers argued a mixture of ignorance and cultural misunderstanding. He didn't wear the white suit at the funeral to show off his new position. White is a common color for Chinese funerals. He
Is
didn't
that true?
accept criminal payoffs.
Is that
from,
true, though?
I'm not sure. I don't know, actually. I might be. He didn't accept criminal payoffs from UCE 4599. In fact, there were tons of audio tapes where he refused the money.
Oh, so you knew that could happen.
On the rare occasion he did accept cash, it was only as a sign of respect. When he appeared on the TV show Gangland and stated, quote, "In this city, I'm the man that calls the shots," it was a language issue. He meant to use the past tense.
What the fuck? You could right now. We after you're done with this episode, you could actually go on YouTube and probably look at.
There's an episode of Gangland all about him.
that has this guy on it.
Yep.
Trippy.
But while Shrimp Boy had a decent defense against the charges of racketeering and money laundering, he was not prepared for his second indictment on charges of murder.
I thought you were going to say wearing a white suit after Labor Day.
Yeah, I mean,
The full indictment contained 162 counts, including the murder of Alan Lung
a lot of
and
vampires.
another gang member. On January 8th, 2016, Raymond Shrimp Boy Chow was found guilty on every single one.
Wow.
He was sentenced to he was given 2 life sentences plus another 20 years. Wow. And that is the story of Chow Kwok Chung Raymond Shrimp Boy Chow.
Wow.
wait, so who did he finally get caught of murdering?
The guy who he killed and then took over his job when he got
okay.
out again.
Gotcha, okay.
And then in 2013, there was another gangland assassination that he was also convicted of. He tried to get the trial thrown out for some grounds, but the judge got rid of that. So I'm sure he's still appealing.
I can't believe that the senator was involved in that stuff. I mean, it's like a comic book level of like.
That's actually how I found this story as I was researching Senator Lee.
Yeah.
And or Senator Yee, sorry, Senator Leland Yee, and that's how I found the story.
Does Senator Yee have an interesting story like this too, or is it just like he went to college, he was a nerdy politician, douchebag dude, and he got involved in crime?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
not-
this guy's story was
This guy's
the
much
interesting
more
one.
much more interesting.
Man.
Yep. I actually think I met Leland Yee when I was interning at the Capitol like 20 years ago.
Joking? No way.
Yeah, no, I interned at the state capitol for 2 summers.
Not that. I meant that you met him.
Yeah, I mean a lot of people. I'm pretty sure I met Yee as well.
All right.
Yeah. You know,
it's pleasure
kind of a big
pleasure
deal.
to meet Yee as well.
I was going to say, it's very confusing. It's like an old English conversation.
Well, there's a lot of words that are confusing.
With fusing, which is confusing.
Today's sources include the New York Times, LA Times, SF Weekly, the Institute for Scientific Analysis, MaritimeHeritage.org, and of course,
The evil
robots at Wikipedia. Guys, this has been so much fun. If you want to find Sandro Iocolano, you can find him on all the socials at Sandro, not Sandra. What did I say?
You were just talking about how words are all hard. You called him Sandro Iocolano, which is actually like a really funny.
But that would be
nickname,
that would be really cool because it'd be easier to. I like that way better than what it is.
Find him at Sandro, not Sandra. We'll have that, of course, in the show notes. You can find our show at CRiiMEPod, CRiiMEPod. Jump on the Patreon, which is in the show notes. You can jump on the Reddit, which will also be in the show notes.
Click the share button, send it to people.
That's the number one thing. Share this with people. It's so great when you share this with people. It means a lot to us, and it helps us do bigger and better things.
And to all of our Patreon listeners, all these people that are like, oh, we love the show. We're telling everyone about it and blah, blah, blah. Dude, fucking love it. Appreciate that so much. Anytime that you find like a blog online that's writing about like the best crime podcast or the best comedy podcast, dude, send them a message because we can't send them a message and be like, check us out. But if enough of our listeners do that, man, I know we had a bunch of people hitting up Kill Tony about getting us on there. Like, keep doing that stuff. I think that's really making a difference for us. Appreciate it. You are our favorite people in the world. Serious.
Other than like people who commit actual crimes and keep a good record of it so that I can make a story about them. You guys. I mean, so you guys are number 2.
Much respect, much love, and gratefulness.
After criminals.
Love
Maybe
you
you guys
guys.
are criminals too, though.
Love you guys.
Bye, robot.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Don't commit any crimes, guys. Be good.
Commit lots of crimes.
Don't commit any crimes, guys.